Box Free with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch. And I hope you discover cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we're going to make an Italian dish called Rigatoni Amatriciana. So say that 5 times fast. Actually, it's kind of fun to say Rigatoni Amatriciana. You know, sounds like real Italian. Okay, but first I need to start my pasta. I have some water back here. I'm going to do rigatoni. I'm only doing half a pound. I'm going to guesstimate, so... Okay, so we'll say that. All right, now I just have to make sure I don't forget that I'm boiling pasta. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is get my 2 tablespoons or so. We'll say that. We don't need like a ton of oil, but gotta have something. Get that going, and then I'm gonna chop an onion. Okay, so I'm doing like one, I'd say this is smallish, small onion, and I'm gonna make them pretty little pieces, not like invisible, but I'm gonna cut that into like thirds. So we get some chunks without them being like really huge. And then I'm going to get that going in my pan. Then I'm going to chop my pancetta, which is just kind of a lot like bacon. If you read the ingredients, sure seems like it. It says like pork belly, which I'm pretty sure that's what bacon is. So, whoopsie. Oh boy. Whoopsie. Oh, you guys almost got to see my daily life here. I boil over all the time because I forget that I should not keep it on high. Turn it down once it's boiling. Okay, we'll see. It's probably not going to stop. You know, electric stoves are a little more, you gotta have a little more patience to deal with electric. If it was gas, it would just like cool down immediately, but I don't cook that way. So we live dangerously with our electric stove. Okay, and I don't need that. Okay, let's see if that works. All right, so I was back to my pancetta. This is just, like at first I thought this was ready to eat. I was like, oh, I should take a bite. It's like pepperoni. And then I was like, oh my God, this is not cooked. So I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I didn't eat it, so that was good. So I'm just gonna cut this into little thin strips. And then I'm gonna cook it with my onions so that we don't eat raw pork products, because that's not fun any time of the day. Okay, and this is just, I've never had to like go this way again. I kind of end up breaking them up in the pan, and it seems to work. I don't know. Okay, so almost done. And I don't know if you've got a faster way to slice pancetta, let me know, but this is how I do it. It's just kind of slippery, you know, like you just want a good sharp knife. And then just want to take your time so you don't slice your finger off. Okay, and now my pasta has finally calmed down. That's good. All right, give it a little more heat. So I'm doing rigatoni. Whoopsie. You can do any shaped pasta you want. I've seen this with like spaghetti noodles, and then it's just different. But for some reason, I like the rigatoni. Probably because that's how I first made it, and then I kind of liked it and I've just stuck with it. Okay, so I just need this to cook now, like 5 minutes, something like that, to get all the meat cooked and the onions cooked. Oh, and in the meantime, I'm gonna get my tomatoes ready. So this is 28 ounces, and the original recipe called for whole canned tomatoes, then you crush them in the pan, and I was like, well, that seems silly. Like, why would I buy whole if I'm just going to crush them? And so I never have actually done it. I'm so bad about like trying recipes the way they say to do it. I just do different stuff. And so I buy diced because I don't like crushed as much, because there's like no little bitty pieces of tomato then. So what I'm going to do, oh shoot, I can't do that yet. Let's see. I want to basically, I want to chew these up. I don't want them to be like sauce, but I don't want them to be diced. So I want to jam this thing in there and like blend it up, but I can't do that because it's too full. So I very scientifically and very carefully just pour some out. Like that. Okay, so now it's like 3/4 full, and that'll be just fine. So now I believe I can do this without making a giant mess. See, like that. And then okay, so now I've just made crushed tomatoes, which, like, maybe I should just try that or try the whole tomatoes. My point is, whatever kind of tomatoes you want to use. If you want crushed, whole, diced, petite diced, what are some other options? I don't know, anything you can think of. No, not anything, but hang on, I need to grab this and this. I'm gonna use this to like separate my pancetta, because you can see that it's like sticking together kind of, and maybe if I was just patient and wait, it would all be fine. But I kind of like to like pull them apart. It's kind of like a little bit of a puzzle, and I don't know, gives me something to do. Because this is like it. Oh no, I could grate my cheese. This is a really simple Italian dish. And now this is hot. Woo! Okay. So the thing about this dish I've discovered, or I like to think, is it's very simple ingredients, and so you want kind of nicer ingredients like that. It has this really fancy kind of cheese. It doesn't just have like the cheapy Parmesan. It has, you know, the pecorino Romano, and I don't know, just a little bit nicer quality or whatever, variety, and then that's it. You taste the pancetta, the tomatoes, and the cheese. And so it's a really nice, simple dish. Not a lot of flavors, which is kind of a theme. If you watch a lot of my shows, I like to have just the old simple stuff, I guess. I don't know why. I guess because I feel like it's, well, I mean, not that I don't like to eat other stuff, but I like to cook stuff like this because it's just so easy to be successful. Like, I'm like, oh, I made a great dish, and like, yippee! Okay, so this gets really hot now all of a sudden, and I'm still just trying to separate my little pieces of pancetta. Okay, and ooh, he is right over the pan. I'm supposed to do, I suppose I should measure. No, I don't know. Okay, I'm supposed to do like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. And this thing is like almost broken. So that's a whole teaspoon. So you can make this as spicy as you want by adding obviously more red pepper, and I better stir my pasta, I forgot about it. So yeah, just add more red pepper if you like it hot and spicy. And if you don't like any of that, just don't even add it. All right, so that's going good. Okay, this is nice and hot. Oh my gosh, it's like really hot. Okay. And then, I guess once I feel like this is done, which is almost done, then I'm going to dump in this tomato and that tomato, and then I'm going to kind of let them simmer. I don't think I'm going to add salt yet. Oh gosh, I keep breathing that in. But what was my point? I'm not going to add salt, and I'm going to let this simmer. I want my sauce to kind of reduce down just a tiny bit. So let's add in that good juicy stuff. Okay, then we'll add in the rest of this. Whew, now it's a lot. Actually, it's kind of, oh, I think the original recipe also called for a full pound of pasta, but I found that I didn't really like so much pasta with this, because I feel like once this reduces down a little bit, you don't have like oodles and oodles of sauce, and I like my stuff to be usually pretty saucy, so I don't do all the pasta. So if you find that you make 1/2 pound of pasta and this is just way too much sauce, then obviously just add more pasta or make 2 meals out of it or whatever you want to do. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this back up and let this simmer while I maybe clean up my mess and check my pasta. Okay, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'm going to let this just boil away. Not crazy boil, but like a nice rolling boil. And then check on my pasta, and we'll be right back. Okay, it's been, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, and now I've got this gorgeous rolling boil, this low rolling boil, which is just what I want. I just want to get rid of some of that watery, tomatoey stuff. And now, I kind of like how this tomato stuff looks. You know, it's got some chunks, it's not all just sauce. So that's to your preference, I guess, unless you're going to really follow the recipe. Okay, now I'm going to grate my cheese. So I have Parmesan, because I couldn't find Parmigiano-Reggiano, and then I've got pecorino Romano. So both of these I did just find right in town at the regular old grocery store. And now I'm going to use my ultra fine grater to make some angel hair, beautiful cheese. So my Parmesan, I need 1/2 cup, and my pecorino Romano, I need 1/3 cup. So, let's see. We'll just kind of push that back, and we'll do this right here. So, if you can watch this come out of here, so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I just love grating cheese like this. I don't buy this kind of cheese very often, but I should really start because it's just so amazing. And then this is just straight up Parmesan, which I actually did like a taste test of this versus like the stuff that's in the container or whatever. Not like the deli container, but like the crumbled cheese or whatever. And there was just no comparison. This was just so much better. This has no anti-caking substance on it like the other stuff would. And it tastes a little bit sweeter, I would say. And then it just has more softness to it, of course, because it's not so dried and hard and anti-caked. So that doesn't clump together, because if I didn't put the anti-cake in, it would all clump together. Okay, and I need 1/2 cup. So this is how goofy I am. I got my 1/3 cup because I don't know where my 1/2 cup is, and I just go over. Yeah, that's 1/2 cup. So we're gonna call that good. Okay, check my pasta again. And then I'm gonna have to dump that out to make my 1/3 cup. That's all right. Okay. See how hot. Almost ready. Okay, so we're just gonna put that right there. And now, I'm going to do my pecorino Romano, which this just has like a sharper taste, I would say. So let's see if I can just put it right into my 1/3 cup measuring cup here. Oh, look at that. It's like it's rain and snow. Oh my gosh, rain and snow, no. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Okay, it's just snowing, we'll just say that. It's not raining anything. It's raining cheese, that's what I think I meant. It's raining cheese instead of raining snow. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, we'll just do a little bit more. I don't really think you can do too much, because then you always just serve this and this on the table, and then people who want even more cheese add more cheese to their individual dishes. So that's my 1/3 cup, and that's my 1/2 cup of my 2 varieties of lovely cheeses. Okay, and this is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna give it just another minute while my pasta gets done. And then I'm not gonna drain, no, I'm gonna drain. I'm not gonna rinse my pasta because I'm fine with it being a little bit sticky today. Then all my tomato and my cheese will stick to it. But I do need I need a softer gadget to not scrape my pan. Because once I add my pasta, I'm gonna wanna do something to grab it like this. Okay, so now let me check my noodles again, and then we're all ready, I think, hopefully. Oh, okay, let's try this one. Crank it up a little bit more. Almost. Yum. Okay, even just straight up pasta is good. And then you're gonna add cheese and some bacony good meat and some tomatoes and onions. It's a really good dish. And I think pretty dang easy to make. So we're just gonna wait a second. Actually, no, wait, hang on. That's gonna boil for a second. So I think I'm gonna add this. I don't want it to sit too long, but I guess there's really no point. Like, I'm going to add it eventually, and then it's not really going to matter whether I add it now or in 30 seconds. Okay, so now you can see, like, look at that cheese. Just, oh my gosh, look at that. Just like melts and becomes this orangey stuff in your tomatoes. Yum-y. I think it's pretty good. And then again, you can always add more. Like, even if you think this isn't enough, just throw more in right now before you serve it up. That's okay. It's the beauty of cooking at home. You can do what you want to. Okay. I really hope my pasta's ready. I'm ready. I want it to be ready. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Woo-wee. Okay, we're just going to call it done. Yeah, that was a close one. All right. Okay. One last blast of the boiling. And we're going to rinse it. No, we're not. I'm going to drain it. And I'm not going to rinse it. I already talked about that. Here we go. Okie dokie, there's my pasta. My pasta. And so now I'm going to turn off my heat for one thing. Unplug that puppy, unplug that thing. Okay, now I like the rigatoni because they're just kind of big and chunky. And this has very little texture to it, kind of. I mean, it does have some. It's not like it's just tomato sauce, but for some goofy reason, I like the rigatoni, but you can do whatever kind of noodles you want. And it's gonna be just lovely. Okay, so now let's just pour it, ooh, that's hot, into our gorgeous serving bowl. See how much pasta that makes? Like, I don't know, I think half a pound is really plenty. I don't know, I wouldn't want twice as much pasta for this much tomato stuff. I like having that decent ratio of saucy stuff. Okay, now I haven't even tasted this yet. But it smells really good. So let's just dish some up here. And I'm going to add, see how like saucy it is? I don't know, I like that. I'm going to add the pecorino Romano to my Rigatoni Amatriciana. And then I'm going to stop talking like I'm from Italy, because I'm certainly not. Oh, and there's my clean bowl. Oh well, my plate. Okay, let's have a bite. See how she goes. It's really hot. Whew. Let's take another little bite. That's it, folks. That easy. Okay. That was the pasta dish. So this has just a little bit of heat because I did half a teaspoon. And again, if you like that nice kick, just add more. And that's it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you liked the show. I hope you try Rigatoni Amatriciana and your family thinks it's a little bit simple but delicious. And I appreciate your time watching. I will see you on the next show. All right, thanks. Bye.